We have a 2013 Toyota Camry. We're gonna do the front brakes and rotors, and right now we're in the front of the car. This is the caliper. What we're gonna do is we're gonna remove this number 14 down here. I usually use my little drill to make the job a little fast. We'll remove that. After that, this caliper should lift up just like that. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove these little pins. Usually they're tough to get out over time. I'll go get a little ply bar. So I'm gonna remove this, and I'm gonna remove this one. This whole thing gonna come out just like that. All right, and make sure these sensors are on the top when you put the new ones in. Next, what I'm gonna do is, if I take my camera back here, I think we can see it better there. I am gonna remove the 17 here and 17 there. So I'm gonna use my impact gun. So remove both of those. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit this rotor. I'm gonna move my camera this way, and I'll bring my light out this way also. I'm gonna hit this rotor, and this rotor is all rusted over here. So if you have that kind of corrosion, you can hit it with the screwdriver. And once you hit that, the rotor should come out. There you go. I like to give it a good hard impact, and it comes right out. I usually like to scrape or clean in the hub area, because if you don't do that, the rotor is not going to sit flush, and it might make the car vibrate. So it's all corrosion free there now. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to go get the new rotor, and we'll put the new rotor on. The new disc here, this is the rotor. It's clean. We clean the surface. You have to clean the surface always. So you take the rotor and you put the rotor on there, right? Next, I'm gonna take my camera back there again. I'm gonna move my light from there to here, and we're gonna put this bracket back together. We're gonna take the 17. I'm gonna put both of these bolts in there. And we're gonna catch the threads. Sometimes it's difficult with one person, but once you catch the threads, what you're gonna do is you're gonna tighten that. Make sure you torque it to the spec, but this is just a information video so you guys know. Alright, so what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna lift up my camera a little bit up. I am gonna compress that piston back. Alright, so to compress, what we do is we take an old brake pads, one of the old brake pad, and we use a compress tool to push this piston back, just like that. If you have too much fluid in the reservoir, it might start dripping out from back there. If that happens on your car, it's okay. That's because somebody topped up the fluid. They're not supposed to. A lot of mechanics like to put fluid in it when they're not supposed to put fluid in it. So we got that compressed in. Now I'm gonna go get the brake pads. Alright, this customer brought his own brake pads. These are the new brake pads. These are the older ones. but the new brakes doesn't come with this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this off and put it onto that, because this is important to be there. These from the other one, they come right off and they go right on, and these, like I said, has to be facing up on the top edge, and sometimes they're tricky to get in there, so make sure you look and they're not getting restricted by anything. And you do the same thing for the inside and outside brake pad. Once you have that in, what I'm going to do next is we have to put these little retainers back in there. So what I'll do is I'll get one and one in each side, and then I'll put the other end in. Same thing on the top. And once we have that in, we can take this caliper. Let me move my camera up a little bit so we can see. I'm gonna take the caliper, and I am gonna put the caliper in. Alright, so once you have that caliper in there, you're gonna push this pin in. You take the number 14. And we're gonna tighten this 14. Sometimes this will move, so what you can do is you can get a vice grip and hold that with the vice grip. What I like to do is I'll yank it with this. So what this does is, with the impact, quickly grabs it, so the pin won't move, and then you can just double check and it should be nice and tight. And that's it. That's how you do the brakes on a Toyota Camry if you have the same car, and you can take those steps and complete the job.